plug right here. My battery saver just came on.
Oh boy.
This triggers me. It's my work computer.
The Surface, I love it. No, my battery just went on here.
All right, we're live. Joe's trying to find a plug desperately.
Yeah. What's going on? How is everyone?
Doing good.
Doing good. How are you?
Pretty loud in the background. Comes the man of the hour, the day. We're live. Say good morning. The wedding boy here.
Congratulations.
I'm hurting.
I think Pete just went to take care of business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Congrats, Garrett.
Thank you. What is that contraption? Is that a charger?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's a contraption.
How was it? Did it all go well?
So it was awesome. This dude killed it with his officiant, whatever.
Yeah, it was great. Whatever it's called.
First day as a married man.
First day as a married man, and he's already joined the gang.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Frodo style. Lord of the
There it
Rings.
is.
Lord of the Rings, Frodo style.
I do it because I'm a secret agent. What's your story?
I got weird fingers.
Yeah.
All right. Back.
We're back in. We got Steven here too, if you guys can say it. He's down there. He's down there eating a waffle.
What's up, Steven?
It's waffle time.
It's waffle time. We got some good photos of Steven last night.
But what?
We got some.
Oh, there's a little.
He's got a little crazy, huh?
All right. You gonna go hit some balls? You going top golf?
Man, the whole gang's there.
What's that?
The whole gang's there.
Yeah, it's cast of characters here for sure. I think Corey already left for the airport.
100% already.
Yeah.
Set his alarm for 7 a.m.
Yeah, he had to be hurt today.
100%.
Yeah.
He was going crazy
Yeah.
last night.
Yeah. Then I don't know. Did Warner was leaving?
I don't know if Warner left yet. I don't know if
Was Garrett's just whole audience just all Amazon sellers?
No, not
Half
really.
of it.
Yeah, half. Yeah, half was all like the gang of.
they had a family side, they had an Amazon side.
Yeah. I guess two different portions of the family.
Yeah.
It was good though. It was a little chilly at first, but once you had a few drinks, it warmed up.
And now today's 80 degrees, and the rest of the week's 80 degrees.
Yeah. Yeah, it got chilly yesterday. We were right on the water. But it was nice. Man. But yeah, I was still up at 2:30 this morning. We were trying to get a cab to go to the casino at 2:30. We are streaming from the hotel lobby. We are in the hotel lobby in Maryland. Yeah. A few of us might have been overserved a little bit. So don't know. There's some video out there that's floating around of some shenanigans.
What?
What'd you just say? Yeah, it was a good time. It just went all day. Like we didn't stop until I don't know. There was, like I said, some of us were still trying to get a cab from the hotel back. We were back at the hotel at like 2:30 trying to get to a casino. It didn't work out. Then everybody's hey, see you later. Bye.
You got like a 5-hour drive home today.
Yeah. 5-hour drive home. Yeah. Might just go to Sadiq's and crash.
Honestly, that sounds like a good plan.
Whatever, man. See, he's gonna make me drive 5 hours. No, the drive will be good. I got some work to do, so I can do some stuff in the car while I'm driving.
That is so bad.
But yeah, that's really it. Oh, Brent's back. Let's get him back in here. He disappeared.
I hit the login button and it pushed me off for some reason.
Oh man, I don't know. I feel bad. I just sent Dave a message a few minutes ago to join us too. Oh, what are you streaming on? Okay, it's just on the camera on my Surface Pro. It's Surface Pro 9. Camera's pretty damn good. Is the audio horrible today?
It's not
Other
terrible.
than it's loud in the background.
Could be worse.
Better than last week.
Isn't that weird?
Even with everyone yelling.
Right. Yeah, right. It's the same computer. Nothing's different. That's weird. Maybe it was the altitude. I don't know. Yeah, that's it, man. I'm gonna do some work. Got the 5-hour drive. Maybe I need to get a 5-hour energy for the 5-hour drive. I can have one for every hour. But get home.
Is everyone's Amazon just on pause? Not on pause, but all they're grinding on pause while they're
I
partying.
don't know. I didn't change anything. I got someone shipping out orders in the warehouse for the weekend when I'm gone.
Guess it's the weekend anyway, huh?
What's that?
I guess it's the weekend anyway.
That's right. Yeah. Steven went and did some RA yesterday.
Retail arbitrage,
So,
little videos.
Yeah, made some
Oh, I
videos.
actually did video that, though. Yeah, like, it's a little sneak peek.
All right, hold on. Steven's coming on. We got to see. He said, what?
What's going on, family?
What's up, Steven?
My boyfriend right here, Joe.
Wait, we changed names today?
What?
I wasn't your boyfriend yesterday.
My father. Father Joe.
He just called me
That
daddy.
took a turn.
It's okay.
You would call me daddy at the wedding.
Father.
And then I told him, I go, listen, we can't have you and your mom call me the same thing.
Oh, I remember.
My shampoo.
Oh,
I like
Steven.
my girls like my shampoo. Thickening. But I feel like money more. We have this shampoo right here. We're gonna pay
Like my
$5 right here.
Wait, hold on. Keep this
Flip
better
it to
down.
$21, bring us $7 profit, 149% ROI, and look at this keeper chart. It is so stable, just like my relationships.
That is good. That's good.
Yeah,
That is good.
That's fine.
That is good.
Well, it's a half your audience.
Right? That is good. That's pretty funny. No, people love that though.
Yeah, but I try to make my shit. I don't know.
Is this a TikTok or a
This is just the party episode, Brian.
This is, yeah.
I guess.
Oh my god! The first video he showed me, it was like an oversized T-shirt or something. He goes, "I just found this.
Dick, right?
I was gonna wear this. You can lose some weight, but it's profitable." And he talks about it.
$21.
Oh my God. I would have gone. I wish I'd known. I had the wedding to get ready for yesterday, so I shouldn't have been out. I thought about it too. When we were driving down there, I saw a couple stores, and I'm like, ooh, we should stop in and check that out. Ooh.
That was so. That was good though. I was
Alright.
21.
You out?
Till next time, guys.
All right,
Yeah.
brother.
You know, say hi to everyone.
You call that? Woo!
Have a good trip.
Safe travels.
Oh,
That guy's awesome.
God.
What?
So that guy's awesome.
Yeah, he was a lot of fun.
Him and Dan, bro.
Other than my tooth being broken, I'm
Yeah.
doing good.
Oh.
Feel pretty
You know how
good.
numb that pain? Alcohol.
Alcohol. Do a
And
shot.
you should be drinking actually all day.
We did shots last night. That was the. So I through the whole wedding, I could not. Oh, at the bar we went to last night, the Loose
Oh,
Goose.
that's what fucking what put me under probably.
I was doing Jameson. It was
You all do
good,
shots?
huh?
Yeah, everyone do shots or
Like 5 or 6 of us just kept ordering shots, and then cheese sticks. Well, then they ordered cheese sticks, and then we ate them all on them. Where is he?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have my card,
He's hiding.
so he might be in there.
What do you got going on today, Brian? Hey, Brian, you know what? I got to check that stuff about brand registry too before I take off today. I'll take a
Yeah.
quick peek at that, see where we're at.
all right, good.
Did you ask Brett? Maybe he knew if that takes a while.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, Brett. So we got a code, and they sent it to the lawyer that did our trademark, and then she sent us a code. So Joe sent it back to Amazon, and then they immediately sent him back another message that said, "We've sent you a code. Send us the code back."
Kind of like the generic message they sent the first time came back a second time. But
They just like copy and pasted what they sent the first time.
With the,
I think it's automated.
Alright,
Same
you
message.
can consider that.
but you provided the code already.
Yeah.
That's not bad at all.
Just normal Amazon automation. so
I guess, dude.
so
it's
annoying. I'm
like, are we supposed to enter this somewhere in the
wow,
website?
that's
Like,
about
what's
the month.
going on? You know?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Usually they just validate you through the case they have.
I'll take a look again in a minute.
What?
And I made a joke Miles was probably on the first plane out, but he probably was.
Oh, he was.
We're putting
Oh,
in
he
my
was trying to leave
GPS.
last night, but he's like,
How long did it take you to get a code?
Okay.
Was it quick?
A few days.
That's not the worst.
Well, it was
right?
a few days
longer on
just
the way
because
here.
we had to get the lawyer to send it to us.
Like even at the
Oh, yeah.
It's Sunday. Friday night.
Good. Hit up Tone. Take a little detour.
He was.
Go downtown.
Where is he? Center City? Or-
Yeah. Yeah.
That's where I was with Buy Box Josh.
Oh.
No, I met up with him. He came to Philly for work.
Yeah.
I went down to we went to Angelo's, but they
Yeah.
were closed, so we just went to
No,
another.
I used to live like 2 blocks from where he's living now, so I love a good reason to go through there and get some food.
His
but
apartment's nice.
Yeah.
His view's nice.
tonight.
I can't. I got to get back. It's not going to be. It's going to be after 5 o'clock by the time I get home. Anyways, once I stop for gas.
Oh, yeah.
Just putting up the GPS to see how long it's going to be.
What an ass.
4 hours.
$37.
37 in
He didn't know we were
tolls.
gonna be best friends.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah,
That is crazy.
So
It's
Which
bad here in
one?
Texas, but that's nuts, dude.
Yeah, I like our
Yeah.
because I don't do
For what?
calling.
$37 for tolls to drive 4 hours.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Where are you at, Maryland?
Yeah,
So
Northeast
now you
Maryland
have
right
to
now.
Now you have to find a girlfriend. So she can be part of it.
A couple accents along the way.
Hey, so something I learned last night, by the way. I asked Tracy, I was like, so have you noticed any difference in waiting for payouts versus getting daily payouts? And she said she actually tested it at one point and she noticed no difference.
Really?
Yeah.
Have a safe trip
Difference
home.
in regards to what, Brian?
Like them holding back money in reserves or something like that. Because, I mean, I've always been kind of unsure about, like, well, if you take a $5,000 payout today and it says you're going to get 20 in 2 weeks, does it like reduce that amount? But she seems to think that that's not the case. And
It
she's
pushes
actually
out.
tested
It just pushes out the next day. That's all. The next bigger like lump sum.
Right, but you still get the same equivalent daily
Sure.
amount.
Right. Like if you're saying if your payment was due in 10 days and you took out some tomorrow, some in 3 days, and some in 10 days, you're still the same amount if you'd waited.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I'm going to start taking them.
And she did. She tested it and it came out that way.
She
felt
said
like-
she tested and she couldn't tell any difference really between waiting and just taking it every single day. And I thought that was really interesting.
You got a federal agent with us.
Yeah.
Man, I can't imagine being a brand new seller nowadays and having to deal with those account level reserves. Like
Yeah,
my
'cause you don't
my
have
main
any.
account, I don't have. I'm grandfathered in from 10 years ago and don't have an account level reserves. But like, it's so annoying on some of these other stores. It's
Yeah, Walmart started doing they gave it to me recently for daily payouts on Walmart, so it's really
saw
nice.
that. That's sweet.
He's
They
alive.
just automatically do it. They don't even make you request it.
Hey, where's your car?
Right.
I don't
That's
know.
cool.
You're somewhere.
That's nice.
Comes more of the gang.
Where's your car?
Have you talked to anyone recently that has gotten Amazon daily payouts anytime recently?
Sunday morning.
No, I haven't heard of anyone just getting that, you know.
Yeah.
Good morning, all.
All right. You're like, no, I saw that.
You dead, Dan?
Dan, we're on a mission.
Yeah, I'm going to the nearest Cracker Barrel
To the nearest Taco Bell.
Crack.
Oh, no. Fun stories. for
I
that.
don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know Dan.
No, but
I did see that pop up on
He-
Uber Eats and I
alright.
doubt.
So whatever. Yeah.
There was like 4 restaurants I could choose the other night, and that was one of them.
oh shit, that's some funny stuff right there. All of a sudden, the guitar shows up in the group.
Yeah,
Oh man,
I couldn't sleep.
yeah. My phone battery's just about dead.
I did like a nice Uber. We got a Honda. You didn't see it.
My head's about dead.
Dead.
Maybe it's a really nice song. But...
Nah,
Oh,
I thought it was better.
Peter, an
Not that
hour?
I don't have that much energy today, gentlemen. Come on, help me out here.
We're just trying to listen in on what's going on over there.
I don't know. Chat.
Oh, it's
You
chaos.
had the inside information. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Trying to bust out for a polo out here.
Trying- Here,
You already
let me see.
I'm always
Steven's
gonna
got the
bust
look
out for a
going.
polo. I'm always ready to bust out for a polo. Send me the ball.
Thrifted from Marshalls right there.
There is a Marshalls right here. There's a Marshalls right down the road.
I should have given like dancing and like busting out people.
I'm sure we have.
Bust down for the bolo.
I'll bust out the ball.
I might steal it.
Yeah,
You like them?
I mean, no.
It's been,
but,
been a good weekend.
What?
Back to reality. Back to now. So Brent, you don't know the latest news.
What's up?
Not Thursday? Thursday, I pulled in the parking lot to my warehouse.
Yeah.
I noticed that there was a bunch of people walking around the parking lot with clipboards. And the owner of the building walked up and he's like, "Oh, hey, I haven't seen you in a few days. I sold the building."
Really?
Sale.
How's that?
Would you bought it?
Maybe, but we had already talked originally about the price, and it's valuable because of its location. Very valuable because of the location, and I don't need the location. So the price it was that he probably wanted would not, even though the building was awesome.
How much square feet?
Oh, it's over, the whole thing's over 16,000 square foot. Yeah,
Holy
it's all section. It's really nice. It was
So your part is that much?
no, I used the space probably like this room here, not going that way, but like 2,000 square foot. That was my prime prep space, which was really cool because I had like a stone built counter. It was all built out of stone and concrete, and that's where I had the workstation at.
Yeah.
But it was the guy that had it for me did stamped concrete and custom block work. So they built like this whole counter. It was gorgeous. And then I have all the computers on there, and this, and then I have a little prep area that's heated. And then I go through that door to another room that goes into an overhead garage door that's unheated, that opens up into like 3,000 or 4,000 square foot. And then there's another section from there that goes into like another 9,000 or 10,000. It's open. It's wide.
all yours.
It was. Well, I only used the two main portions. But last summer when I did the warehouse, when I did this pallet sales, when I bought the truckload of Amazon shit, I used the whole place.
How much did that run your month?
The bill, my place is 500.
What?
Yeah.
500?
Yeah.
How's that?
Yeah.
That's why
you
I'm
score
so
that?
hurt.
That's why I'm
So it's-
flipping out that I'm losing it.
Cat's
Oh
big
my
space
God.
that he showed us times 2. And that's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, it was awesome.
that's crazy.
But it's gone in 2 months.
Oh my God.
But the new buyer's super nice guy. They've actually been helping me find a spot. I've already found it. The first place I looked at are friends of mine that have it. Smaller overall, so not as much room to expand if we want to start doing more dead inventory for people, stuff like that, which I want to do. But it's nice. The space I looked at is 1,000, and it's fully heated, air conditioned. It's cool. 2 overhead doors.
It's $1,000 a month.
1,000 a month, yeah. So it's not bad. I mean, compared to what I'm paying. I mean, I had a good deal.
Did the new buyers tell you a price for you to stay?
There's no staying. They're gutting it, and they do like vehicle wraps and stuff. They need all the space for their business to expand. So unfortunately, there's no me sticking around there.
That sucks.
But you know what? I had a good thing, and the owner of the building's such a nice guy. He took good care of me, and no complaints. Sometimes things happen for reasons, so we'll take it and we'll rebound and we'll do something different or better, or I don't really know. But we'll figure it out. It was just a shock, right? I pulled in the parking lot. And then, so this was what my space looked like before I started using it, right? This is one,
We're fine.
yeah, that's looking away.
Pretty big, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty decent. Then that door opens into this room, and that room to the overhead door. But behind that, that's my dog. So this is before I started filling up with shit. Now it's filled.
Second grade dating, like
Bummed out for sure.
what?
But what are we gonna do?
This is like the same distance from Pete's Crib.
That's a bummer though. It's just another
It
thing to do.
It's sad because it is a good deal, and I really liked my space. It was kind of, it was my home. It was my home away from home, so to say,
Yeah, Steven?
So
Probably got off, I think we're all out.
you guys all leaving?
Yeah.
All right.
I gotta get to.
Got that big drive ahead of you?
You're in the airport. Are you going to Florida?
Oh, I don't.
Would you this week?
I was supposed to be down there next week. Actually. I canceled. I'm not going to live in. Say goodbye.
Yeah. I told her.
Say goodbye to everyone.
Bye, guys. Joy. Sorry I can't join.
No, it's okay.
Dude.
It's okay, Steven.
Oh. Yep. Thrift store. Thrift store fine. It does the trick. Perfect size.
Bro.
All of it. Not girls. For your permission.
Oh my God. Nice to meet you.
Sorry about the cheese sticks.
Oh, big guy.
Oh, man. All right, let's bring it in. Good times. Good times.
A good group.
Oh my god, we had so much fun. So much fun yesterday. The party continued into the night. I did good. I was proud of myself. I really didn't get tore up too bad until the very end of the night. And then it was like time to have a few shots. That's what did it.
The whole ceremony went well and everything though.
Yeah, it started to rain. So we were right outside on the bay. And it was overcast, and then all of a sudden you started feeling the rain come as we were starting. And it wasn't hard rain. It was just like a misting, But like I read the speech from my phone, and the screen started getting wet. So number one, I couldn't see some of the words through all the rain on the screen, and then it wasn't scrolling. And water gets on your touch screen, it acts all weird.
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny, but it was good.
Cool.
Yeah. Oh man.
That sucks with your warehouse. I just switched warehouses finally to a local one. For a lot of my wholesale stuff.
Your own warehouse, or are you using someone else?
No, I still might hop into my own warehouse. I've got all the pieces to do my own warehouse. I've got guys that would work for me on the cheap. I've got my main guy that preps a lot of my stuff already, that out of his own house, and I trust him fully, and I could throw him into he's like so detail oriented. I could throw him into a warehouse and just be up and running quick. And then I already have Amazon sellers that would move into my warehouse with me if I opened one. So it's always on my mind to jump into one, but then do I want the hassle of it? Is the only thing.
I think I cut out for a second. You back? Am I back?
Yeah, you're here. Did I cut out?
Others coming in would be like just using their subleasing it to them for their own work, or you doing the work for others in there.
Probably me doing the work for others.
Yeah.
I just know all the handful of local Amazon sellers that I'm around. I know the warehouse they use, and my prices would just be so much better and stuff.
Right.
Just overnight they'd move to me, so it'd be interesting. I just don't know if I want the hassle, But I think it'd be instantly profitable even with the new overhead. But I don't know. Can't decide on that one.
Yeah, I'd like to do more of that for some other people, but that was one of my plans where we were just getting to that point where we could potentially help do some stuff for some others. But well, that's changing now. So
problem is it kind of has to be either the tax exempt categories or just wholesale, right?
Yeah.
It's hard to do like.
Well, it is and it isn't, right? Because we talk about that. We found out how easy New York State is to get reimbursed from sales tax. So if we just provided a format for people to track it, and we give them a package, basically, we could give them we could have someone make up a package for them with an Excel sheet with all their inventory if they wanted, or we could, provide that for them. So they've got to pay the sales tax up front, but we would they would get reimbursement from the state through, an easy format. So that might help.
That's actually interesting. Like the prep one of the prep centers I use in Oregon, it's Oregon, so there is no sales tax, but they have you put all the details in of every purchase. Probably so they can go buy them themselves. But if they also just threw a tax column on there, they'd already have the source, the price, and the tax, and they could just instantly shoot you an Excel doc back,
Yeah, because we could prepare the form for people pretty easily, I think.
Right.
Here's the only concern or problem. People would have to then go get a sales and use tax ID in your state or something because your business is incorporated in New York. So it may be different for people that have a business in another state. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't really know.
We could help with that. Again, getting a resale certificate in New York State is pretty easy.
Yeah.
So and that's, again, we could provide that. We could say, hey, if we do this for you, we do this for you, and get you all set up.
Wouldn't be slightly different process is all I'm saying.
Man, it's funny talking to some local warehouse owners that I'm buddies with that they only do wholesale on Amazon.
Right.
And they're just flabbergasted at the idea that wait, why would people not use my warehouse I'm like, because of OA, because of retail arbitrage and sales tax, and they just like they don't even know it, don't even understand it. I'm like,
Right.
how do you guys not know this? Like, you're in a state with sales tax, and you opened a whole business here. It's kind of funny, but I guess there's enough wholesalers anyways, though. So
Yeah.
feeds them enough.
Yeah, I think that's the thing too, and that is a lot easier, right? Because you're just prepping more of the same product. You're not doing 5 of this or 10 of that.
Yeah,
Oh man.
those prep centers probably hate arbitrage people, actually.
Yeah,
compared to
I mean, I
wholesale.
think there's some that really want that business, right? Because it is good business, and there's probably a little bit more per unit. Typically, you pay a little bit more per unit, but yeah, I guess once you get a system down, right? At the end of the day, it's just even though they're different items, there's only so many different ways to do stuff. So if you do it for a living and you're set up for it, right? That's where we got, our warehouse got to a point where I have everything you need. We don't have to run, in the beginning days, you're running somewhere to get, I need 5 boxes of whatever size, or, now I just walk in the back room and grab the boxes I need, or grab the bags I need, or grab the tape I need, or I have really good inventory for that stuff. Shit, the boxes alone right now, I'm sitting on 4,000 boxes, over 4,000 boxes. I got to figure out what I'm going to do with those. Because with the move, I have pallets and pallets and pallets of boxes, like all different sizes.
Are they gonna help you move it all, or are they just booting you and saying figure it out?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't gotten that far yet. If I can do something with the boxes, that's my biggest port. That's my biggest move, the boxes, because I have so many pallets of them. Product right now, I've got a couple pallets of product in the back room, maybe 3 things that just sell every month after month after month that we just keep on hand. A couple of those I should be able to sell through. I'll just make sure I sell through them before the move. And then it's not going to be that big of a lift for me to move, to be honest. Thankfully, the summer.
It's cool. You already got something lined up, maybe.
Yeah, that's just one option. And I got and again, that I found out Thursday. I looked at that Friday morning. And it's people I know, good people, right? Like that's nice. The space is super clean. They just redid the whole space for another guy that was in there for a while that did rebuilds on cell phones for people. Like he had a full operation going for large scale, but it's got brand new central, AC, heat, all one big open room. And then it's got a small little office off it. But for today, it's perfect, right? Like if I had to go there tomorrow, no issues. Future growth might be the problem. Could be limited.
I guess you can tap into that when you get there, though.
Right. Well, again, I'm going to go look at some more places. I've got.
Yeah.
There's something I've been looking at doing for the last year or so. I won't go too much detail on here, but there's a local business where I live that I've been trying. I'd really like to own it. I really would like to own this business, and it would go hand in hand with what we do.
They have warehouse space too.
Warehouse space, yeah. I'll catch up with you because there's non-disclosure on it. Steven wants to see my bald, beautiful head.
One more time. All right. Yeah. I'll see you, family.
All right. See you, buddy. When are you really going to Florida?
Yeah, I'm going.
How long?
I'm dead.
I know you're going, but how long?
Like, I don't know. I'm getting a warehouse, so I need to get
Down there?
No, general. So I have to get probably later this week. We fly out today.
I know.
You fly out today.
I'm not going down there.
Why?
I've got stuff to do.
You have your own room.
Plus,
front.
Plus, I lost a tooth. I gotta go get.
Oh, are you get Phil down there?
This guy, he's such a bad influence. You go have fun. I gotta go find new warehouse space because I gotta move out of mine.
You find warehouse on the computer.
In Florida.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
I got this sitting in front of me.
What's that?
I got this sitting in front of me. Coupon code for get Ida $1,000 off. Are you guys using those guys?
No, what is that?
It's a one of those reimbursement companies.
Oh, really? Yeah. No, I use one, but that's here comes the newlyweds right now.
We use seller investigators.
Is everyone left?
Yeah, these cruises all left. Steven came back in twice.
Is there any food stuff?
There might be. I don't know. Looks like she just started picking up. We'll check. How's the bride?
I'm good. How are
I'm
you?
good. My tooth is sore. I lost a filling yesterday. Like, so I got like this. So it's like actually sore today, you know?
Oh yeah, I did road trips.
You
Food
lost it in the party. You lost it in the
I
party.
lost it. Like, well, you know what? On the drive down, I stopped at a Wawa. I got a pretzel, and something hit my tooth, like the salt or something. And next thing you know, I felt like my tooth was off, and then it was off all day the first day here, and then yesterday at the wedding, the mac and cheese. I was eating a bite, and all of a sudden the whole filling like just came
No.
right out.
My throat actively hurts.
It's looking good. You're not gonna die. Get that cooler filled up. Let's go.
Are they heading out of town today?
When do you guys leave?
Our flight tonight,
Tonight?
it's at 8:55.
So you guys are you from here right there? Or are you going home first?
We're gonna go home. We
Yeah.
have our bags there. We're packed.
Yeah.
but yeah.
That's awesome.
I'll be back in here. I'm gonna go say goodbye to them. You'll still be here?
Yeah, I'll be here.
Alright.
We're doing the show for another half an hour.
I'm interrupting your
Yeah,
show.
okay. It's what it's all about.
I'll be back.
All right. That's the real behind the scenes of All Out Amazon right there. That's the legend. That's she's the one that keeps it all together.
I met them in Vegas at ASD. We're chatting. quite a
Yeah,
bit.
right.
They're pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was good times. We did the. It was good. It was a good time. That's my third wedding in the books. Boom.
I was looking at this. And I'm just signing up some of my other alternate stores for some reimbursement. Finally, who do you guys use?
So I'm using Seller Investigators.
Yeah,
But there's a company in North Carolina that just started doing it that I do other business with called Zon Labs, and I was thinking about checking them out, seeing
they're
what they.
doing it now too.
Yeah.
They started. That's
So I mean, after all these years, something I didn't realize is at least these guys get IDA guys say they don't care how many companies you use, you can sign them all up. And
Oh,
have
really?
them- That's what they say. They say everyone can be looking for money for you. We don't care. So,
Yeah.
so that's it. Like whoever finds it, and they all
That's
have the same prices anyways. So
Pretty much.
it's kind of interesting. I never realized that. So I might try that here soon.
That's not a bad idea. I know I've got one shipment right now that I keep forgetting to take. It's one of these things that's probably been, we might be on like 2 months. And they gave me, they shorted me 2 units. They were vacuum cleaners. So I think my cost on these was $150 a piece or something. And it says I shorted 2 on the delivery. Well, if you go into the tracking through Amazon's tracking, you can see how all the boxes were shipped. And then one hits like, they all went like say from New York to the hub, from the hub to Wilmington, Delaware, let's say. They were all of them. It was like 11, 12 boxes, 2 units to a box. One box in the middle of it says arrived damaged. UPS said that. And then it goes to Lexington, Kentucky. And you can clearly see it in the tracking info, right? That it was in UPS that we're missing a whole. I've got to actually call and talk to someone. I've tried submitting stuff and they keep shorting me. And I'm like, it clearly was shipped. It clearly was diverted. And where is it? I don't know, but it's not my responsibility. UPS lost it and it's partner carriers. So I can't call UPS and do any info because I'm not the shipper technically, because of doing it through partner carrier.
All right.
So
That sucks.
I
The joys
keep-
of some of the Amazon.
right.
Back
But that's
out of
what-
Amazon. I've got a
Oh, go
I've
ahead.
got a $4,000 box on the loose somewhere right now. That was my employee's fault. This is the same employee I was talking about, but he's been perfect, always been perfect for years, and somehow he dropped this one off and it never showed up anywhere. No tracking. No UPS store or the UPS distribution has it sitting around. It's just gone. I'm 4 months later now. So now I've never had to do this, but now I'm reaching out to all the UPS liquidation companies here. Apparently they have to hold things for 6 months before they'll put them on a liquidation shelf. So getting ready to
Just trying to
blast out.
find it.
So what?
Was it, how many boxes was it?
It was one box, but for one 12 by 12 by 12 box, $4,000
Very
in it.
expensive box.
I know.
What's in that thing? Gold?
Yeah. Cool. Pretty much.
Box of Rolex is gone.
That's that's the first time I've had that bad of a loss though on a shipment. So pretty good air rate still.
Right.
Still sucks though.
Oh man.
My question is, if it shows up on like a liquidation shelf, can I just walk in and just pile it into my own baggie and just walk out with it?
Right. It's mine.
Isn't it mine?
How do you does that, you got serial numbers? How would you?
I mean, I got my FN SKU. I guess they wouldn't have the FN SKUs on it anymore.
No,
I mean, if this product's there, it would be mine. it wouldn't be there otherwise.
yeah,
unique.
those SKU labels are still on there. I see them at liquidation places all the time.
Oh, really? They leave them?
Yeah. I was at that auction I went to a couple of weeks ago. There was all these faucets they had, and the guy was making a deal on all these faucets. I'm looking at them going, hey, they all got different SKU labels on them, and then return labels on them. I was starting to look through them, and I'm like, wait, because my one buddy's like, oh, that's not bad. He said $90 any faucet left on the table, and I'm like, wait a second. I start looking them up, and they're all import, like knockoff brands. They were selling on Amazon for $40 and $50 a faucet. And it's like, yeah, no, we're not buying them at the auction here.
Yeah.
People were gobbling it up. They loved it. I think I have to get some ibuprofen for my ride home.
How far is that?
4.5 hours before I stop for gas.
That whole East Coast, everything's so close together. It's crazy.
Yeah, this isn't a bad drive. I mean, I did that after Amazon United last year. With Paulo, myself, there's a few. We stayed out late. That drive hurt. Like today, I feel actually pretty good, but the drive home from United that hurt. It was hard. It was hard drive home. That was 5 hours too from Jersey. I'm tempted to just get gas right here and just go as far as I can. And I'm gonna see the route it's taking me because of traffic through Philly. Could stop for a nice cheesesteak. Interesting. Yeah, now it's up 5 hours. Traffic. There's another whole route right through Hazeltown that saves all the tolls. Goes from no tolls for 5 hours and 9 minutes. I'll pay the tolls. Paid $36 to save almost a half hour.
Really?
Gotta ask, is this a business write-off? I don't know.
I think they can be, can't they?
My whole trip, I was saying.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, I don't know. Could somehow wordsmith that I got.
pretty sure it is.
Yeah.
You're on this call.
Well, it's right. Maybe I go hit some RA though. That was funny. The guys actually did go do videos yesterday.
Man, those guys are endless on their socials.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can put that much energy into it.
Yeah, if I was better with it. It's the cleaning it up and fixing it and post it problem, right? For me, I have no problem shooting it.
Yeah, that's true.
I've got I've shot I've done a bunch. It's just all in my bin. So, or my folder or whatever you want to call it. Oh man. But it'll be a nice drive home. Like I said, I make a few phone calls. I gotta get some ibuprofen or something though. Getting
Who do you use for reimbursement, Brian? Do you use seller investigators? You're quiet.
Oh, I accidentally turned the knob down, I think. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I was wondering. I talked a second ago.
Oh, did you?
Okay. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm using the same as Joe. We just signed up because there was like a coupon at the time.
Yeah.
I don't know if they still have it, but yeah, it's like 25% or whatever, so it's not bad for stuff that you otherwise wouldn't be looking for yourself. At least not me.
You're not gonna ever get it back anyway. It's too hard to find all that stuff at scale anyway. Like
Now imagine if you paid somebody to figure out what all those reports were that Seller Investigators is running and then write your own code that could do it. That would be sick.
actually probably wouldn't be that hard in the end, honestly.
right.
And you have access to all their cases and everything, so it's just
Yeah.
you have the templates anyways for that stuff. It's just finding the reports.
Yeah, I think if you had someone like spend some time to train someone, it's really not hard to go through and look for, right? You look for
No.
there are obvious things you're not searching like no man's land. You're kind of looking at items missing shipments. You're looking at orders that were never returned.
Yeah.
Kind of a standard thing. Just scroll through it once a week. But again, right? How much do you have to invest in all that? Then you got
Who's
another.
got time for that?
That's right.
Right.
Invest in
Yep.
employee in it.
That's how these other businesses get their money, is people don't have time for that and don't want to deal with it. And I'm kind of on board with that.
I've left my main store on a company called Refunds Manager for years. And now I'm realizing I don't know how great they are because all these other companies exist now and have amazing interfaces and stuff. And Refunds Manager just doesn't give me any transparency whatsoever, but they only take 10%. So it's like,
Oh, wow.
but that's why I'm like looking at it, I'm like, hey, can I sign up for 3 or 4 different companies? Because I've never deep dived this further. I just thought I was set up fine and running, But if you can put 3 or 4 companies in, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I'd like to hear what comes out of it, right? It'd be neat to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're getting all sorts of stuff that you just had no idea because one company's running different reports than another one's running or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
I wonder how different it'll actually be.
well, I can tell you at the very least, I used to do it through Seller Board and I would try and do it myself.
Yeah.
And I never fully figured it out. But it gave me Excel reports, and then half of them it would say you're not eligible for reimbursement, blah, blah, blah. I don't know exactly. I'm sure Seller Investigators is running similar reports to that. But what I can tell you is that some of them were like, some of the ones I swear that I'm seeing cases on randomly don't seem like ones that I'm getting reports on Seller Board for.
Hmm.
And maybe that's just, I don't know. I'm just imagining things, but it seems like that. I haven't deep dived into it to really look, but it seems like it's getting some different things that Seller Board isn't necessarily catching with their Excel files that they'll pump out for you if you try and download from them at least. So maybe there is a difference between some of these different people and what they're looking for,
It's got to be something. They all exist. There's
Right.
there's quite a bit of competition there, so they must all be trying to find more and more stuff,
Right. Different
Yeah,
ways
wonder
to
what
go
really
about it.
separates them.
Yeah.
Hey,
Anyway.
one thing, sorry to cut you off. What were you saying?
No, go ahead.
Are you using SellerSnap, Brent?
My main on my main store, yeah.
So have you looked at something that I'm curious about is I know they have a business repricer. I haven't looked into it yet. Maybe I need to set up a meeting with them again, but I've noticed more and more like business accounts buying my stuff recently. and maybe it's only on specific types of items. I don't know, but I'm wondering how much of a difference it would make if I turned on that business repricer or added quantity discounts or stuff like that. Have you ever looked into doing things like that to try and increase your sales on the business side of Amazon rather than just the normal consumer side?
I've messed for a while back. I've messed with it a lot, but I hardly get any sales business to
Really?
business. I don't know, and maybe it's just my niche I'm more focused in. That's not maybe as much focused on business. I mean, maybe if we were selling a lot of ink, I'm sure we get business to business a lot, or whatever. But a lot of my stuff's like health products and beauty products and stuff. So I've gotten very, very little business to business. So I've almost just put it on the back burner, not to worry about it until I maybe am deeper in something that'd be more business oriented. But I mean, it's not. I looked into it pretty heavily for a while, trying to push it up, and nothing came of it. But I thought it could be valuable if it did.
Well, one thing I'm noticing on some of these wholesale purchases I've made recently, if I go look on the listings from my business account, I don't
Mhm.
have Prime on there or anything, but I'm looking and I'm seeing business price. And then I go compare that person's price on, the consumer side, and it's different.
Right.
So I'm looking at it from a business account perspective, and I'm seeing a better price than I'm seeing, and only one person is doing that, and they're under everybody else. So
Yeah.
what I'm thinking is, I'm like, well, if somebody else is looking at this with a business account, they see this one guy that's cheaper than everybody else just because nobody else is putting a business price in.
Right.
You know?
And
I don't know.
you don't have to have Seller Snap be running that. You can be pricing that yourself for business to business.
Right. I'm just saying it might be a
yeah.
little easier to have it,
Yeah. Right.
separating your two prices out, having two repricers. It's almost like having two repricers running, I imagine, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Because it's competing with other people who are doing business pricing versus competing with other people who are just doing general pricing.
Right. Yeah.
I
Test
don't
it
know. It's a
out.
thought.
You might as well test it out. It's as easy as turning it on, right?
Yeah,
And
I
changing the
just
minimum.
did. So we'll see how it goes. I'm like really curious because I have noticed that on a few items where it's like there's one person with a business price and everybody else is higher because they're not running a business price.
Yeah. I've actually had some of my exclusive brands come out and say we just have very strict map pricing, and then we've tried to do business pricing and stuff to sneak through a little bit, and
Oh.
um, they've just and everybody has that exclusive brand, that exclusive. It's like a group of people, but
Yeah.
they've come out and be like, hey, shut this stuff down. Like we see you. So like,
That's so
so
funny.
a lot of mine has just been turned off anyways.
Then
at
it's
this
just
point.
simple. Oh my gosh, my darn repricer. I don't know how it ended up in the so,
Yeah, I've pulled that one a few times on a few things,
yes,
but
I have too.
and
it was
I actually
true.
I've also had it happen. Yeah, a weekend. I'm like, oh crap, I gotta spend the whole weekend repricing because they turned on a repricer and screwed me.
Yeah, I did it.
But,
That's exactly what happened to me. It was a repricer did it, and I didn't know. Then I have gone in on weekends and lowered stuff down 5-10 cents to get below over the weekend.
yeah.
It's never really worked out though, to be honest. That for me at least, with the listings I was on.
It's worked out for me.
One company
But
I talked to was like, yeah, we don't allow any repricing or anything. Here's your map. If you go below that, like, you're in trouble. They don't care because I guess they had a bunch of issues with people doing stuff and they just like
Yeah, but
put up
again,
with
if
it.
you're not, I like the I'm not worried about like here or there when they things happen. They're not going to shut you down for if you're a good buyer for one hit,
Yeah.
Like, and I see so many people doing it over the weekends on stuff. On all of a sudden it's down 5 cents.
Businesses are closed.
Right. Well, they don't have employees looking to see if the
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the thing is, a lot of them are getting wise to. I mean, I work with a lot of brands. I'm in their offices and boardrooms and stuff quite a bit, and so I'm like educating them on like, hey, check out these Keepa graphs. Like, look at these guys dropping on you after hours and in the weekends and stuff, you know.
I
But
think ratting us out, Brent.
on just a handful of my brands, because we got, I mean, that's exclusives anyways, you know. So but but I think more and more
What do
people are
they
getting
do
wise.
if they don't? What do they do if they don't know the seller?
What do the brands I work with do?
Yeah. What do
So
you guys ultimately?
It's interesting. I play both sides of the aisle here with these brands, because I've been in a relationship with these brands for 10 years, you know,
Right.
and it's like a group of sister brands kind of. But like, there's been ups and downs working with them, because I've had to convince them sometimes to stay on Amazon, had to convince them sometimes to do X, Y, or Z. But now, like, we're to the point where we help them with IP complaints. We do test purchases for them, and stuff like that. So if they don't know a seller, their team's investigating it. We all try to investigate it too as much as we can. We do test
Right.
purchases. These guys actually eventually moved to a QR code system on their products. So
For their own?
they've replaced barcodes with QR codes, and then it's such a massive company that they're supposed to have, the warehouse is supposed to be scanning every QR code out attached to an account.
Right.
But it's like a 25% success rate on their QR codes still, because they just
Right.
haven't perfected that. I don't know why. They did this whole transition to print QR codes, took months, and then they're not even, and 5 years later they're still not using them successfully. So
Why
but
not transparency codes?
so now they're starting transparency. Finally, we've been yelling at them to do transparency for years. These guys actually have Chinese knockoffs killing them on Amazon right now. And this is a big company. They're $1.5 billion company, and I'm like, how are you not concerned about these lotions burning somebody and getting lawsuits? It's like your branded product. It's all Chinese. Anyway, they've taken
Yeah.
6 months to get they're so slow to get transparency up and running.
Well, and the QR codes would be ultimately cheaper.
Oh yeah. I just don't. I've yelled at them. I've yelled at the warehouse staff. It's like, why are you guys not just using your QR codes? You know?
Yeah, that's a
And
great idea.
the problem with QR codes is still they don't. Amazon doesn't recognize their QR code.
No,
you know?
no.
Like, so it's just them trying to file IP complaints. But the problem with IP complaints is, if product is legitimate, you can't kick them off legally
Right.
off Amazon.
Right.
So there is that too, that it's not just knockoffs. So
yeah, because we got some sellers right now in this one we're trying to revamp. Don't know who two of the people are in there. We'd like them, nicely to go away. But again, I'm pretty sure their product's authentic. They're probably getting it from a legitimate source, because it's not something that's out there and not. It's so getting them off there is going to be a little bit of a pain in the ass.
I mean, in talking to lawyers, if a brand, and I think this brand's dealt with this, if a brand files an IP complaint and the seller has legitimate invoices that, I mean, whatever legitimate means, but if they actually are legitimate, either way, if they actually are legitimate and prove to Amazon they are legitimate, and then get reinstated, and the brand again files IP complaints against them again after they've already proven themselves.
Right.
I've spoken to lawyers saying that can be sued for slander, and damages can be pretty hefty. You're attacking someone's legitimate business, you know.
Right.
So there's ways around that. I think it's called the OtterBox clauses. I don't know if you guys have heard about this kind of stuff, but I've also been trying to convince all my brands to follow course. I think it was OtterBox. That OtterBox, let's say it's OtterBox, I think it was, had a big lawsuit trying to combat inauthentics and in unauthorized sellers and stuff. And eventually they had, through their own legal network, had put into their company policy specific verbiage that says, essentially, if a product is not purchased, if a product is resold from a not authorized seller, we do not deem it authorized product. And there's some special verbiage to say that. So, and it has to do with like their product guarantee, their product warranty. Like, we cannot, if you don't buy it from an authorized seller, we cannot guarantee it, we cannot warranty it. So therefore it's not authentic product. That went through the legal chain and they won cases using that verbiage to then remove unauthorized sellers. So then now there's precedent, and everyone's not everyone. I don't know. A lot of companies are following course on that to be able to have an authorized seller group, and just putting those 2 or 3 sentences into their company policy apparently can change the whole landscape a little bit. So because it allows them to then file IP complaints and
Right.
stuff without risk of lawsuits and stuff from those guys. So it's interesting. I've been trying to convince my brands to do that course because that's the ultimate, I feel like, at this point, because Amazon recognizes it as like, cool.
Yeah. Well, that's why I'm looking at transparency codes for the one product we're doing and just seeing what's involved in that. But the transparency codes have to go on only the items we're going to sell on Amazon, right? The company doesn't have to put them on every product they sell to retail, though, right?
No.
So that's the idea, right? Because you get it at retail, it's not going to have the transparency code on. So if someone's buying it at a grocery store or something, the ones we send in or that we're doing are all going to have transparency codes on.
Yeah. And once transparency is up and running, once they launch it, there's a window that like, hey, you have 30 days or 60 days. So stuff in transit doesn't take damage or anything. But after that window, anything that's shipped without a transparency code is considered fake and is destroyed, I think. So,
and the transparency codes are just stickers that you throw on, right? You get them yourself. They send them to you, or do you print them? That's one thing I didn't know.
Amazon generates you a transparency code, and you
print
it. They don't send you stickers.
Yeah, you print
they
them.
just give you you just print them. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we might. It averages around a nickel, right? Like 5 cents or something.
I don't know. I don't know.
I think
you're saying per product per sale.
Yeah. I think it's 5. I think
that's fine.
Right.
Yeah.
Quick question, Brent. You said with transparency codes, I just had a brand that I was buying wholesale, and I got an email that said you have to have transparency codes after this date. So are you saying that the inventory I already have in Amazon does not apply to that even after that date?
No, so anything at Amazon is there. It's grandfathered in. They just won't accept anything new.
Well, let me go up my mins on my repricer then.
Yeah, they won't. They're not going to pull your product and destroy it because it's sitting on the shelf. It's just anything new coming in. It's not gonna go into stock.
Well, that's great to know because that's happened with 2 brands to me recently, and I have been panic dumping the prices on them.
Yeah, I mean, go look and see if other sellers. I bet other sellers are too, because it is. You do get that email, and you're like, okay, what do I do with this? But yeah, transparency is awesome. It's just, I don't know. I work with a few big companies, and they just they cannot figure out their stuff anytime quickly, and it just takes like these guys have been trying to do one product. We have 250 SKUs, somewhere in there. They've been trying to get one product on transparency, and it's taken 6 months. And it's not Amazon, it's the brand. It's like, just do it. Come on. But eventually, that'll be great.
Yeah, they range between a penny and 5 cents. So if you're only buying 1,000, you're paying $50. But it goes down. If you buy 1 million, it gets down to a penny. So.
But yeah, brands they don't have to do all their whole catalog. They can just pick. There is some weird verbiage about how a transparency product is supposed to be like its own branded product, like it's a separate product from your other product kind of thing. But it doesn't have to be the whole catalog that like you rebrand with transparencies or whatever.
Right. You can do certain SKUs, right?
Yeah. But you were just asking if the whole brand then has to have specialty coding.
I thought I heard someone say that, like even what you send to retail, Like, well, no, I don't want them to have the transparency code on. We want to have it just for us. So that eliminates people grabbing it off of retail
Right.
and arbitraging it.
Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Which maybe that's just Amazon's special way of saying this is a special product, even though it's just the same product that's on the shelf, the retail shelf, but it's not. It's a different
well,
product.
it's
a
just
different
again,
product.
right? Yeah, it's just again, it validates that it's it's legitimate product and helps and knock down the counterfeit.
I mean, because at that point, it's an Amazon specialty product,
Right.
and it is different in that way
Yeah,
than the
it's
one
only
sitting on the
for-
retail shelf. So I guess that allows them to sidestep fair market anything. I don't know.
Which I think it's fun. But here's the other thing. I think you have to keep. So I think you have to send them every transparency code that you put on. So I wonder what that looks like physically, because let's say like we're getting ready to do this one. If we were to put codes on it, we're going to have 3 2-packs, a 3-pack, right? So there's 4 listings right there, 2 other listings, 5 listings. And let's just say we only send in 500 of each, right? So now we've got to upload 2,500 codes. That's going to be interesting to see how that process works.
Yeah, and I haven't been on that. I haven't had that far access with these brands to actually see their back end brand access to on the transparency stuff. I mean, they're still setting up anyway, but so yeah, I don't know.
Interesting. All right, hey guys, it is noon. I need to hit the road. I don't want to cut it short today, but it's noon, and I got to say goodbye to the bride and groom, and I got to get on the road. Huh?
Where's Alex at?
You just walk through.
I gotta hop off early too.
All right.
I'll hop up right afterwards.
All
Nice
right,
seeing
take
you
care.
guys. Congrats,
Yeah.
Garrett.
Thank you. See you guys.
See you guys.